You're listening to episode 73, Body Alignment and Manifestation. Welcome, boss bitches, to the Boss Bitch Rising podcast. My name is Coach Kale, but some people prefer to call me Daddy Kale. I'm a mindset and success coach as well as a business strategist for entrepreneurs. I have over 10 years of experience as an entrepreneur and have helped transform the lives of thousands of people. I hold several certifications including NLP or Neurolinguistics Programming, Hypnosis, EFT, Reiki and Energy Healing, among others. My coaching method is simple. Awaken, align, activate, then ascend. Awaken your inner boss bitch through connecting to your most authentic self. Align in understanding with love and purpose. Activate your goddess soul, then ascend into your most confident, powerful, badass self. I know you're going to find so much value here. Now let's rise up. It's that time of year again when we have these fitness goals, these health goals, anything involving our body that we are trying to either change, reach, or accomplish. And so I would love to talk about your body in motion and how to go about setting realistic goals, especially at the beginning of the year. What do we want to do in order to achieve, or what do we need to do in order to achieve these health and wellness goals? Well, achieving fitness goals is not something that you can approach without purpose or a plan. Just like achieving anything else in life, if the effort's not there and the actual plan isn't there, then the results will not happen, at least not to the degree that you want them to. Being very intentional with your fitness goals, especially when we're goal setting at the beginning of 2021, it's different than past years given the potential flexibility that we will need to accommodate within our workout schedules to address the ever-changing status of gyms. I know for me personally, my gym got closed down for months on end, 2 different times throughout this year. Now they're currently reopened for outdoor workouts only with like limited equipment. So it's definitely not what I'm used to, and you might be experiencing the same thing. So being willing and able to roll with the punches as things are ever evolving is going to be one of our biggest allies and assets moving into the uncertainty that this new year has for us. So regardless of whether or not your gym is open, your comfort level is going to the gym and or not going to the gym, right? You still might not feel comfortable going to the gym right now, especially with everything going on worldwide. You might not have access to a gym. The gym might be far away. None of that truly matters here. We are going to be talking about really attacking our fitness goals and how to go about setting achievable goals for this year. So all of our goals, we need to have an achievable outcome. We've talked about this before, understanding where you are going in your goal setting, why you want to achieve this goal, and what is this going to do for your life. Well, the beauty in working out is that we have so many different options of things that we can do. We can get outside, we can do home workouts, we can hit the stairs, we can do yoga, we can do so many different varieties of ways to work out. And really varying it up and finding what's working best for you is going to be one of the best ways for you to achieve and set achievable goals for this year ahead. And if your reason as to why you're setting certain fitness goals is to get into those skinny jeans, or because you want more energy, or you want to sleep better or look better naked, or just to start working out so that you are stronger, all of these are good reasons and they are very important. But planning comes with the particularity of how you're going to make that work for your life, especially this year, given everything that's been going on. How can you adapt your lifestyle around everything that you have available to you in this moment to still help you take steps forward? Now, sharing my own personal testimony, right when quarantine happened in March 2020, I got super lazy. The gym's closed, we're stuck at home. I started eating like shit, drinking alcohol almost every single day, eating out almost every meal. Like I just totally fell off. It wasn't working out. And in 2.5 months, I gained 20 pounds and I started feeling really crappy about myself. I hated how I looked when I looked in the mirror, which also set in a bit of depression and also a little bit of a lack of motivation just because of everything that was going on in the world, everything that was going on in my life. Like there was just a lot going on. But as I started gaining more and more weight and I saw how I was looking and how I was feeling, when I looked at myself in the mirror, I was just ready for a change. And so I started doing, at home workouts. I made a commitment that every single day I was going to move my body for a minimum of 1 hour every single day, 7 days a week. So the intensity would vary day by day. And I was listening to my body a little bit more day by day. Some days I just wasn't feeling motivated. So I'd go for a walk instead of a rigorous exercise program that day. Some days I was just doing yoga instead of weightlifting. And of course, weightlifting, there was only so much I could do there as well with the limited amount of equipment that I had. But I was really doing what I could in the moment to help get me back on track. And of course, it did take me, I gained 20 pounds in 2.5 months. It did take me longer than 2.5 months to get that 20 pounds off. But I was motivated and I was willing to adjust where I needed to in order to make that happen. So, of course, with any goal that we have, understanding your why. What is your motivation? What is having achieved this goal going to do for your life? Write that goal down. The big, seemingly lofty goals that you write down, keep them somewhere visible. Like I've mentioned before, when you have this big lofty goal, I write all of my big lofty goals down either on my whiteboard or on my bedroom mirror. I usually set between 5 to 10 bigger goals for my life, the year, year by year, right? So 2020, I had 9 big lofty goals. In 2021, I have 8 bigger lofty goals, and I keep those written on my bedroom mirror. That way, every morning when I wake up, I see them. Every night before going to bed, I see them. I'm constantly being reminded and encouraged what direction I'm going in and to stay focused and on track day by day. So once you have your goals written down, then we work on the particular practical efforts that you're going to start implementing in order to attain this goal. Remember that we do have an entire year to get there. Of course, if you do have a specific date, like lose 20 pounds within 6 months, then that is also a great place because now within a matter of 6 months, you need to lose 20 pounds. How many pounds a month is that realistically? Is that an achievable and attainable goal? What do you need to do in order to get there? What dietary restrictions do you need to start implementing? What new foods do you need to start incorporating within your diet? What new activities do you need to start doing? Or what activities should you refrain from? Like drinking every night, like I was doing during quarantine, isn't in alignment with wanting to lose 20 pounds. You're also going to have to limit certain activities out of your lifestyle as well. So breaking down this big goal into smaller goals that are really broken down, like step by step, will help you see the process really unfold before your eyes. So you have that big goal. Let's say it is to lose 20 pounds within 6 months. Then that means you are losing, that 3 to 5 pounds per month. That is your window right there. And then doing the effort that it takes to get there. It will also help if you track your progress. And if you have a quantifiable goal as far as your fitness goals this year, this is going to help you see how realistic it is. Again, if you're trying to lose 20 pounds within 6 months, then that 3 to 5 pound per month range is the ideal range. Now you know about where you're hitting. If you're losing 1 pound a week, you're on track to hit your goal. If you're in a month, you've lost 1.5 pounds, you're still making progress, which is amazing. And yes, still should be celebrated. But this also gives you a bigger picture of where you need to fine tune or tweak certain things, right? Like, if your goal is 3 to 5 pounds in a month and this month you've only lost 1.5 pounds, kind of take a step back and really see, okay, so what am I doing that's working? I'm working out, 5 days a week for a minimum of an hour. That's really good. I am eating really healthy. I'm making sure I have a balanced diet, but hmm, every Friday I am eating out and I'm getting dessert and I'm drinking excessively, meaning Saturday morning I'm not feeling so hot, so I'm not working out. And I'm usually getting that like breakfast burrito in the morning because I'm hungover, right? There is that ripple effect. So, what areas of your life can you observe and notate that are not in alignment or congruent with that goal that you desire to have? And then, how can you begin to tweak that so that now you are stepping into deeper alignment with your goals? So I'm going to give you action steps here on how to really get very clear on how to take action and actually go about achieving those health and wellness goals that you have set for this year. So action step number 1 is get clearly identify your goal. If your goal is dependent on an actual quantifiable value like weight loss, increasing the number of times per week you are working out, or decreasing the volume of calories you are consuming is a great place to start. And of course, doing both is a great happy medium. That way you're not having to radically change one area and you're not doing anything on the other end. So to my knowledge, about 3,500 calories burned is 1 pound that you will lose. So if you're in a calorie deficit, then this is where you're going to be burning more fat, more calories, you're going to be losing more weight. So of course, increasing exercise is one great way to burn more calories, but decreasing the volume of calories and making sure the quality of calories that you are intaking is another great way to even the scale. I hate to use this pun, but really to even the scale. If you are trying to lose weight this year, then making sure you are increasing the duration of activity and the intensity of the activity and decreasing the volume of calories, but making sure the quality of the calories are good, right? So I would rather you eat a really leafy green, colorful chicken salad than that's 1,200 calories, then I would have you eat, fried chicken and French fries. That's 1,200 calories. The calorie intake and the quality of the calorie intake from that chicken salad, that colorful chicken salad, is going to benefit your body, your digestive system, your mind, therefore get you closer to the goals than the fried chicken and the French fries would. So I hope that makes sense. So when you clearly identify your goals, you have your final goal. And when it comes to your desired outcomes, now you have to understand the realistic chunk down goals to hit weekly, monthly, or quarterly as that next step. So like I mentioned earlier, if you want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months, how are you chunking that down? We said, 3 to 5 pounds per month is that happy medium. And within that 6-month range, you should have the 20 pounds lost. Then understanding what steps that you need to take. Now that you know the chunked down version, now what action steps are you taking there? So if I'm losing 3 to 5 pounds per month, then that means at least 5 days a week for 1 hour I'm working out. This is the diet plan that I'm going to be following. This is the exercise routine that I'm going to be following. When you have a plan and when you're going about achieving goals with a game plan, with this blueprint, this makes it so much easier than just kind of like going in haphazardly, not really knowing, right? So that's why we do want to get really clear and identify your goals, chunk it down, and then discover those action steps that you need to take in order to get you from where you are now to where you desire to be. But it is important for you to be realistic with the demands on your time and stress levels in your life. Of course, if you're working a ton of hours, you have a family to raise, maybe not only the hours that you're working and the family that you're raising, but maybe you're also playing teacher and homeschooling your kids at the moment with everything, all the craziness going on in the world. How realistic is it for you to work out for, that 1 hour, 5 days a week? So being gentle with yourself in this process is also very needed as well. Of course, we don't want to overburden your nervous system or your mental emotional capacity with anything additional if we're not making sure your mental health is in order first. If adding in more activities is going to just stress you out, then maybe the first step and plan of attack is to see the non-essential activities that are in your current calendar or schedule. If you have certain non-essential activities, how can you adjust or allow those to be kind of cycled out so that you can cycle in things that are going to be more beneficial for you? Again, this is all going back to being realistic with the demands on your time and stress levels of your life. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to really look at what is essential, what is serving your highest and best good, and what is not essential, what is not serving your highest and best good. Allow yourself to say no more easily and say yes to only the things that serve your highest and best good. So being more reserved when you say yes to certain things and really assessing, is this essential for everything that I'm working towards this year? And of course, when I ask you that question, is this essential? Yes, of course, a night out with your friends, enjoying a glass of wine, having, that creme brulee when you're celebrating something, that is essential to overall mental emotional well-being. But anything to excess is not going to be positive for us. And so that's where we really need to practice discernment here in what is realistic. What is a realistic demand on our life? What is an unrealistic demand? What is causing us positive stress, therefore like motivating us to get to our goal, or negative stress, which is pulling us back and hindering us from getting to our goal? Being really reflective here, looking at all parts of your life. Now, action step number 2 is track your progress. Regardless of how quantifiable your goal is for this year, you have to keep track of your progress. Our days can be so jam-packed with activities and so chaotic, especially recently, that we can totally forget about the little things that have happened, the little wins that we have, or even the little things that have come up that are like, oh wait, this isn't working. And then we just kind of like push it to the back of our mind. So I would suggest for you to dedicate a journal to track your progress and write in it as a part of your morning or nightly routine, or even both. That way you can really set the intention for the day. That would be like my suggestion for the morning, is to write your intention for the day, what you're going to accomplish when it is, coming to certain goals of yours, especially health and wellness goals. And then at the end of the day, go back and reflect what worked for you that day. What did not work for you? Did some stressor come up that got in the way that you needed to address and therefore you weren't able to make it to your workout? Write that down. And instead of being hard on yourself, just be reflective and gentle and do something else that's going to allow you to reconnect in back with your body, reconnect in with your higher self, and call in more aligned clarity. So writing down your progress does mean that you have to write down, specific points that have happened, but you do not need to write down a whole novel worth of stuff, right? We just need little points to get it out of your head. And so you can also go back later and track your progress. Just a quick sentence, a note or two is perfectly fine. So I do have a tip for you. As a certified personal trainer, I actually just re-upped my certified personal trainer certificate. I am a National Strength and Conditioning Association certified personal trainer. That's NSCA CPT. So I do have a trainer tip for you, and that is goals like weight loss or weight gain are not things that need to be tracked daily. Therefore, do not be hopping on the scale every single day. That is a huge no-no from me. I would say pick 1 or 2 times a month that you are weighing yourself. These are your monthly check-ins. And beyond just weighing yourself, something that I have my clients do and that I've had them do for the last 10 years, I personally like to focus more on how are we feeling? Not the number on the scale, because the scale absolutely lies to us. When we look in the mirror, how are we feeling about what we are seeing? When we compare those before pictures and the now picture, what are we seeing? How is our body transitioning and transforming and evolving and adapting? What do we see visually? Also, another suggestion for you might be to take measurements. Measure your biceps, measure your stomach, your thighs, your hips, those certain areas. Those are also good points, because now we can see where you're putting on muscle and where we're decreasing inches. You can see that as well through taking those before and comparing that with the now photos. Sometimes as we're making this progress, we see ourselves every day in the mirror, and so we don't quite see the progress that we're making in real time. But when we're able to look back on where we were day one of our journey and where we are now, and visually see how our waist has shrunk a bit, and our quads have more muscle, and we've got a little bit of a bicep and shoulder separation, then that's encouraging, right? And especially if the numbers on the scale aren't budging much, right? Like we mentioned earlier, you might want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. But as you're losing weight and working out, you also should be building muscle. As we know, the same size of muscle weighs more than the same size of fat. So if you're decreasing fat mass and increasing muscle mass, then you likely will be gaining a little bit of weight, right? Or you might not be losing as much weight as you anticipated. So being gentle again with yourself here, but also looking at those day one to now photos, comparing that, and also how are you feeling? Going back within your body. How is your energy level? Are you sleeping better? Do you feel like you have more stamina? Are you overall in a better mood? All of these things also matter in correlation to your goals. If you're attacking a fitness goal and you've totally eliminated carbs and you just really feel like crap, then that's probably not the right thing for you to be doing. When we go back in, when we really get good at listening to our body, we are able to make better, more appropriate decisions based on those desired outcomes. So action step number 3 is adjust your plan accordingly. We kind of just talked about that, but part of the purpose of tracking your progress is to evaluate if what you are implementing is working or not. Again, being intentional with your fitness goals and your fitness plan also means changing things up when what you are doing is not working. And if you hit a plateau or feel like you're just burning out completely and you don't enjoy what you're doing currently anymore, then it's time to make some changes so that you are not being stressed out through the process. You can be successful and enjoying the process while you're working through it. So when you take note of your progress, take into account all the things that are going on in your life. Again, if you miss, a workout because of a meeting, and then this meeting brings awareness to you about something that requires your attention for a week, and now working out is just not on the priority list, that's okay. Life does sometimes get in the way, but how can you reconnect back in with your body and try to remove some of that stress and some of that pressure, right? Instead of adding more pressure when we're already stressed, oh my God, I'm missing this workout, and then this just adds more of a burden. Just going back into your body and being patient again and saying, it is okay. What can I do now to honor myself in the process of evolving into reaching my goals? So I have another trainer tip for you, and that is get an accountability partner. Your tribe would not be your tribe if they did not support and encourage you. So let them know what you're going after. Let them know what goals you're setting out to accomplish, and implore them to help you keep you accountable for your goals. And if you don't have any viable options, well, it's time to get some new friends, number one. But hiring a coach or seeking outside of your circle for help might be the next step in your process. So when you have an accountability partner, this allows you to not only feel supported, but to have the encouragement needed in order to continue on. Just like anything else in life, we are going to hit roadblocks, plateaus, challenges, upsets, stressful moments, whatever. And it's so much easier when we don't feel like we're just doing it alone. It's so much easier when we know that we have somebody there helping us and supporting us and encouraging us along the way. So find yourself that accountability partner, and let's make some magic happen this year. Now, action step number 4 is stick to a nutrition plan. Nutrition does make up about 80% of how our body looks, feels, and operates. If you're feeding your body crap, then you'll likely look like crap, feel like crap, and perform accordingly. So the hard truth here is, with your fitness goals, you have to be mindful of what you're eating. This means that having a balanced nutritional meal plan, and making sure that the majority of the time that you are eating, it's high quality food, and it's food that is going to support the physical efforts that you're making in order to achieve your fitness goals. There are apps out there that can help you, you know, not all of us are knowledgeable in nutrition, all the macronutrients, the micronutrients that we're consuming, and how do we really know if this is a balanced diet for us matching our goals? So apps like MyFitnessPal can help you track your macronutrients so that you are actually able to learn to eat for your specific and individual goals. And if your specific and individual goals change over time, then you can edit that in the app, which is amazing, because now instead of just going about it, having no clue what you're doing and guessing along the way, using apps like MyFitnessPal actually make it really easy for you to start learning portion control. If you're consuming too much protein, if you're not consuming enough carbs, there's so many things to consider here. And if you're not a registered dietitian or a nutritionist or a personal trainer, then you might not already have this knowledge. And instead of just guessing what to do, trying to figure it out, trial and error, having no idea what you're doing, and keeping your fingers crossed along the way and thinking you're doing it right, actually knowing and having this knowledge in conjunction with what your goals are right now is going to be such an easy part of getting to your goals faster. So again, using apps like MyFitnessPal, they can help you track your macronutrients so that you are actually able to learn how to eat for your specific and your individual goals. Also, remember to be patient with yourself and give yourself the gift of grace when it comes to achieving your goals. We have to learn how to adapt around obstacles. We have to learn how to bounce back quickly when we are faced with challenges. Instead of sitting in the emotion and kind of sulking within that negative feeling, how can we honor those emotions and feelings to get us through them more quickly so that now we can again begin to refocus back into what is important for us, what our goals are, and what we're doing with our life. So stay focused on your goals, be accountable for what you are doing, your daily practices, your nutrition, all of that. And no matter what life throws your way, you are still able to reach your goals. So it is very normal, I want to say this, very normal to get frustrated, even sometimes wanting to give up. It's normal to fall off track. It's normal to need rest. That sometimes is one of the hardest things that we can give ourselves, rest. And to be gentle with ourselves in allowing ourselves to rest. But again, getting reconnected within yourself, getting really good at listening to yourself in the process of achieving your goals is going to be one of your biggest allies, if not the biggest ally, in anything you set out to do this year. With these in mind, also keep in mind that although you might get frustrated and feel like quitting, don't. Although you might fall off track, remember that you can start again soon, but it's your choice how quickly. It is important, though, to always listen to your body. If you need to rest, rest. This just happened to me a couple days ago. I had a workout scheduled, and my body that morning when I woke up was just not happy. And so instead of going to smash a 2-hour workout, I decided to stay home. I have some yoga rings, foam rollers, all these little body tools that I'm obsessed with. And so I decided that I was going to stay home and care for my body. And instead of doing a 2-hour rigorous workout, that I was going to do a 1-hour body care session. And that is just as beneficial, if not more beneficial for my overall fitness, health, and wellness goals than if I were to ignore that feeling within my body and just go smash these fitness goals, crush it at the gym, and probably feel worse the next day. There is a difference between quitting and giving up and taking a break to rest, recover, and regroup when needed. So please keep that in mind. Just because you're resting, you're taking a break, even if you take a week or a month off, you're not quitting. You know that you'll get back into the swing of things soon. but you're listening to your body and honoring your body in the whole process of getting to your goals. So if you feel like giving up, here's what you can do. Remember your why. We've all been there before where we feel like giving up, especially when it comes to our fitness goals. I did that, in 2020 when quarantine hit. I took 2.5 months off. I gained 20 pounds. I didn't work out. I ate like crap. I felt like crap. I drank way too much alcohol. I was just not loving my body like I should have been loving my body. So it's okay. We've all been there before. But you just have to get to the point where if you want to feel like giving up, remember your why. Ask yourself, do I just need a break? Have I been pushing a little bit too hard? Or, I feel like giving up, but maybe I just need a break. And honor that. Listen to that feeling. It is important, though, that when you're asking yourself and reminding yourself of your why, ask yourself these questions. Why did you choose this goal to start with? Why is achieving this goal so important for you? What inspired you to achieve this goal? When you achieve this goal, what or how is this going to make you feel? What is the deeper meaning behind that feeling? How will achieving this goal positively affect you and your loved ones? So here are some tips for achieving success. Clearly state or set your goal. I always encourage everyone I work with to not only write their goals down in a journal and doing a lot of inner work and deep reflection around those goals, but to also keep them posted, whether that be on a whiteboard, on the bathroom mirror, on your bedroom mirror, on a post-it somewhere, wherever that is. Clearly state, set your goals, write them down, keep them visible. So when you have your big goal, it might feel like it's really far away because it is this big goal and it's going to take some work to get there. But chunk the goal down into measurable goals or progress points and then check in with those, right, as you're doing these action steps. Step number 3 for achieving success: schedule into your day, week, month what you're going to do to work towards your goals. Step number 4, do check-ins and track your progress. Step number 5, accountability. Find someone that's going to keep you accountable, someone who respects your goals and you, and who actually cares about you making this progress. If you don't have anyone in your close friend circle, or even if you do, consider working with a mentor or coach. Even if it's in a group setting, that might be something that you need to consider as well. Then step number 6, set up a positive reward system that is in place for rewarding your small and big wins. This is huge. So often we forget to celebrate, or maybe we feel like we don't deserve to celebrate. And when we really begin to start celebrating more frequently, both the big and small wins, this puts us into that, not only the mindset, the physical space, but also the energetic vibration of feeling what success feels like. Celebration, we celebrate because we have succeeded in doing something, right? So the more often we're celebrating both big and small wins, the more familiar success is going to feel for us. Therefore, the more achievable and easier we are going to achieve success. I know it's simple and easier said than done, but set up a positive reward system that is in place for rewarding your small and big wins. And step number 7, remember that you can speak power and positivity into your goals by doing daily affirmations, meditation, and journaling work. You know I love doing all of that stuff. I do that almost every single day. Of course, I am not perfect. There are days that I skip or days that's just not realistic for my schedule. But I do try and have some time, even if it's 5-10 minutes, of doing some part of like a reflective work or practice, this is going to help me achieve all of the goals that I've set out to do for this year, for this month, for this week, for this day even. So really going inward, assessing what's happening moment to moment, and being gentle are 3 big key takeaways that I want you to take away from today. So in closing, I would like to share my Breakthrough 2021 virtual summit. This summit has been pre-recorded, so all of the content is already available to you. It's on demand. You can watch it at your leisure. And there are 3 days worth of content. It's been broken up into 3 days because there are 3 different topics. Mind is day 1, body is day 2, and soul is day 3. On day 1, we go into how to understand the right mindset that you need to adopt in order to achieve everything that you set out for this year. And no matter what this year throws at you, you can absolutely align with everything that you are calling in to effortlessly attract into your life. I have 2 amazing guest speakers on day 1, luscious Lauren Allen talking about embodying the confidence when you are approaching your goals. And then the other speaker is Brittany Coffo talking about organization, organizing your life so that it can make the flow into achieving your goals effortless. Then day 2 is body, talking all about health, wellness, and fitness goals. I have 2 guest speakers. Speaker number 1 is Dr. Greg Jones. He's a naturopathic medical doctor talking about optimize health in 2021. And the other guest speaker is Emily Kloss. She is talking all about aligning with your goals for this year and talking about nutrition, fitness, all of the things that we definitely have on our mind right now. Then day number 3 is soul, talking all about soul alignment, doing inner work, inner healing, inner child healing. And I have an amazing expert coming in to teach us breath work and sound healing, how we can get reconnected within our body so that we can find the deepest alignment possible. I hope to see you in this 3-day virtual event. Again, everything is available on demand. All you've got to do is purchase the ticket and watch at your leisure. You can come and go as much as you please. You can watch it over and over again if you like, take notes, and of course, reach out to me for further support. If you'd like to become a part of this virtual event, go to kaleroberts.com, click on the events tab, and you will see the Breakthrough 2021 Virtual Summit right there for you. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I hope you found extreme value in today's content. Of course, if you love today's episode, take a screenshot, share it on social media, and tag me in it, because not only do I love to feel all the love, but I also love to hear your feedback. Of course, if you want to get connected with me further, you can find me on my website at kaleroberts.com or on social media. I'm at The Kale Collective. Until next week, boss bitches, rise up.